So, yeah, I feel like I want to cover something different today. Normally, I will want. So, yeah, as of late, I've been covering this unusual redemption review, and that review was pretty good. I actually did like the movie. Just the middle, yeah, I didn't really like too much on the middle part. It felt a bit too much. And I get it. The middle part was supposed to. And I get the middle part was. Like. Yeah, mostly focusing on the Gibbous thing. And yeah, I kind of wish it was mostly on, the main protagonist of this movie, but oh well. And other things, so yeah. And yeah, I thought, but the only complaint I had a bit of it was a bit of the plot having confused a bit there, but I'm still would prefer if it just had mostly them creating a giant laser. Kind of would, for the obvious, destroy the world cliche, but let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. Today we're gonna do is pretty much an entire week dedicated to Mischievous for this month. I'm gonna cover at least maybe try to cover at least not 7, maybe cover at least 5 or so this week or more if I can get to at least cover at least 1 or 2 more. So for the rules, 1, I am not covering non-video non-web video examples. So no So no, I'm not going to do the make or not law or South Park episode that on the brief clip in the waiting room and the data of live video. As I want to go cover actual Mischievous and cover non as actual Mischievous. Oh, and I'm not covering scripted Let's Plays as I am also not covering scripted Let's Plays like Provo Moments or Yoxcast Minecraft playthrough, as I'm trying to cover actually official ones. And I'm also not covering I'm not covering any official ones like the Misadventures of Link or the Tier 2 source filmmakers for this list, as I am trying to cover some fan-made ones and ones that are pretty good. And while I admit there are a lot of basic. Now I'm also covering at least 1 or 2 Halo ones a week during the week because I'm not covering the entire thing. I'm not covering Red vs. Blue this week because I want to cover some more lesser known. And yeah, these two and also the Spurs are kind of a maybe on this list, but I feel like filming them in the moment. And no, I am not covering the CPU Championship series, as technically that. No, I'm not covering the CPU Championship Tournament series, as I count them less of Mischievous and more of just some random guy just. Now, you may be wondering why I want to cover them on this list, and it's very simple. They don't really have much to as Mischievous, it's just more of hey, you want to see level 99s? Let's fight each other? No, hey, for Alpha Rad or the guy, he's a good guy, he does a lot of Nintendo themed videos, but I'm looking more forward to more kind of actual Mischievous, something like characters, scripted roleplays and whatnot. I don't get how this counted as a Mashivia. It kind of beats me how this counts as a Mashivia for this month. I'm sorry, how is this count? Maybe I'm just not reading into that much or something. Or yeah, since I didn't watch that much into this championship series. Though I'll give credit as a cool intro sequence, but maybe maybe I'll watch this one day. But it's just mostly it's just fighting each other. Therefore about, I don't know. Other than it's, like I said, I'm not covering this as an example of Mashivia, as I see it as more of, hey, you want to see AIs fight each other for some reason? But oh well, maybe it's just personal preferences of how I see Mashivias, but okay. I still find this video pointless. I still find it pointless. Why is me Gunner here? About the sense, it's just a me Gunner costume. Sorry, it's sometimes when I see this, it hurts my insanity sometimes breaks sometimes. Sorry, my insanity hurts whenever I see this. It hurts so much. Oh well. Anywho, the first Mashivia, and well, technically Gmod source filmmaker counts, so why not? I'm starting with a bit of a bang with the JCNC is film. Being in the groovy Gmod movie. Maybe. Yeah, this was long in coming before then, and yeah. Yeah, I've been waiting for February this movie when I saw the first official trailer, then yeah, then looking at it. Oh well, never mind, let's... You know what, well, it was released in October 14, 2016, and took 3 years to make. It took about 3 years of animating, editing, writing, directing, acting, and jumping over other finishing projects. And considering his map opus, let's talk about... And ever since his late unusual subscribing video, which I haven't seen yet. And yeah, this is behind the scenes and talk footage will be in the description of the movie itself. So yeah, let's review his map opus, the super groovy Gmod movie. So after we get to a kick-ass intro sequence, not gonna lie, showing off the characters we're gonna see to be later in this movie, and some things will also... Anyways, after that cool opening sequence, we get to our Leave the Saints parody. Or Evers. Sorry, I was more into Saints Row 4 when I... Yeah, I haven't heard about it because of the Saints Row 4 reference. So, quickly turns into a Back to the Future parody. So, after that movie, then we see the... I don't know what occupation is. I'm gonna assume the approval or something. And also he talks about how people just love People nowadays use Facebook and they give massages. Then again, okay, to be fair, most people are using Twitter nowadays, but yeah, maybe I'm just more going to convince to go lean towards getting more of my Oculus Quest. Yeah, I dream about an Oculus Quest ever since I felt like I wanted to go to VR and because Boneworks exist. Excuse me. You've been wondering, how would it work? Oh yeah, if you've been living under a rock, Oculus Quest is all-in-one, but can be. But if you want to play PC games, you really need that Oculus premium link cable or any other cable you can work with. But I prefer getting the link cable anyway, whenever it comes out, and a lot of cool stuff if you want to, and it's all in one system. By the way. But by the way, it's all in one, and maybe I'll get it when I had enough money and wait until November. And next November, by the way, and wait for next November to get this. I'm trying to save money and get this device very cheap on November. By the way. Anywho, let's just continue. So yeah, then Tony's the main protagonist of this film talks about that people are gonna try something new and everything. And then gets the Kickstarter Transformers 5. I know this is way before. I know this movie was made back in 2013. It was Surf Protection 2013, so yeah, some of these jokes are. So I went back home, decided to go do Gmod, and having a Pulsar tree background. Why? So after kicking some time by playing some cool guitar music, and then we see him watching TV, seeing Pyro dancing and seeing the news reporters just talking about Turtles with clothes loss for some reason. Then we get to President Schwarzenegger. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, get it? Yeah, President, the Gmod verse president is Arnold Schwarzenegger in this universe. I know he says President Schwarzenegger. I know they didn't give it. But yeah, so yeah, about the secret. About the secret speech. Oh, and by the way, it's also, and the newspaper thinks up Frank thinks about the question about eating French fries being gay. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I know they're trying to get intrigue guys, but that's straight up dumb. And then when he gets back, it's always with black and pink, purple, and a bunch of errors. Yeah, that's a problem with anyone who owns CS, who owns Gmod. Most maps require that stuff. Anyways, after writing a letter and deciding when not to go, we meet to our other Gmod protagonist, Bobby. Yeah, I'm gonna call him that for the movie, and he's gonna be somewhat important to the plot of the. Who comes in during the motorcycle like Bobby. Yeah. So meanwhile, back in the White House, which is for some reason Rian's office as well. We see is Senator talking to the president. Yeah, I'm gonna call. I know it's talking about about how the economy gone to shit in recent years, and a lot of the entertainment business is driving and everything. So, and his plan is to go with the idea of the censoring of the electricity of the internet talent, or Clint. Apparently, that's how acronyms work. Because the O and the F. Because someone forgot to get the O and the F. Apparently they put the O and the F, O and the T. Apparently they put and the, of and the, and with logistic. Anyways, yeah, apparently that's how acronyms. Apparently that's how acronyms work. Apparently you can just put multiple letters in front of one line and they will still call it an acronym. Anyways, back to the door. So yeah, President Schwarzenegger decided to disagree on the bill at first, and you can think about basically opportunities, but yeah, then after we get to a funny joke and a birthday this weekend, keeping Wendell Beal for a little bit later, and realizing this is his office, Senator just left. Yeah, we get to Tony deciding wanted to go into the building and ask him about the filing all the complaints, a mountain full of complaints, and on top we see is two bones having sex for some reason. Anyways, we get to a nice little callback to Gmod. We get to some with a nice little callback to Gmod throughout this entire. After a bit of the mountain got destroyed and Gary only got paper cuts, Bobby decided to deal with Gary Newman real quick. Anyways, we get to the meeting, and yeah, I'm just gonna and in the Gmod gang hangout, we get to for this review, I'm just gonna give them names. We get to female scout watching TV and three other characters. We get to backward scout, backhat scout. Yeah, okay, I was gonna have the okay. This guy has a name and it's rather easy. Shadow, not Jeff the Hedgehog, but yeah, a guy with red hat. And yeah, I'm just gonna. And the last guy being civilian, Half-Life 2 civilian. I couldn't come up with half a decent. And after female scout watching ammunition commercials, the shorter version, the ones on the websites, not the GTA TV version. Yeah, I think I remember that ammunition. You know, as much as I love the Mark Compressor 2, as much as I like to ride a great motorcycle, I had some fun a little bit of stealing one of these guys, but yeah, maybe, but as much. But yeah, I think I'm a lot better. Oh wait, sorry. I was checking the ammunition commercial that we're using a bit. I think this is either the shorter version or the. Yeah, after apparently ammunition existing in this universe, then again, this is a Gmod verse, so anything is possible. So after opening and getting a amount of free food, they have decided to eat and talking about what they've been doing for quite some time. So then we get to the ultimate evil coming in. Yeah, that's his name, by the way. The sniper with having good clothes, and yeah, I only know him because he was making Scout Con. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, I've been wondering his name is basically because it's a mispronunciation of misspelling of evil. So after they announced Gary's Mod 14, anyway, so then we get to President Schwarzenegger's bits of the Clint bill, and it's gonna happen Tuesday, so they have a lot of time. So they start a petition, which we have a nice little montage and everything. You know, nice callbacks and references. So after getting successfully get a free cola, and it went all successful until some random. After dealing with taking down the petition, destroy everything. Anyways, they get an iPhone which actually has the agent of speech suppression. Apparently, of is not in this thing, so we're making an ass joke. No joke, that's literally the acronym. ASS, but anyways. Basically to silence people's opinions and puts us on the truck sequence, even though you could just straight up explode immediately. They're just killing them off in the movie, but I think they don't want to get bad rep. So after they leave, we see him with Francis, who's dressed up as a cop. I think he had a part-time job at this. So after dealing with the Clint bill and everything, and realizing that President Schwarzenegger will be having a birthday party, they set up a heist plan to pretty much just do so. So the other group, and we have Matt, who is a soldier for some reason and not a spy. Wouldn't that feel like right for a hacker to be a spy and not a soldier or an engineer? But oh well. So so Francis was here to get the van and VIP clothes, and several other characters were waiting for them. Anywho, they started a heist. Which, at this point in the movie, probably until you, after you, yeah, okay, like, after, then we have, the ratio going a little bit, cutting a fair bit of the ratio in this movie. No joke, they cut a fair bit of the ratio in this movie for this entire president thing, and yeah, no joke, they cut literally from the until some point before the prison scene, but I'll talk about that later. So after realizing how all the champagne is going to move to there, so they just use Sprite. Yeah, foreshadowing some scenes a little bit. We get to the scene and talking about the party and everything, and we get to, and after all this funny Scott's mom joke, we get to Trina Sparks, who would play sort of a major role later in this movie. Later, we don't do much with her in this movie, but she kind of acts as pretty much just distraction. So they act pretty much as distraction, and also Chris, and shout out acting as Christopher White, yeah. Johnny Answer, yeah. Civilian kind of just goes with it. Yeah, it's hard problems when you're trying to read without Wikipedia page or TV tropes, but hey. So after careful distraction and talking to this weird version of Brendan Breed and telling him about the secret basement and whatnot. Anyways, after the distraction thing and whatnot, they decided they wanted to go in, and Chen decided to go in and sneak into the place. Then we get to this scene. We see Senator working with the aliens and talking about a plan to go with an alien invasion. And to which luckily they didn't specifically now to be fair, they didn't say anything about this alien invasion. But we never see these aliens now I get that we don't mention them again due to because they didn't see them, but we never see these aliens ever or talked about them again. Okay, I can get why we don't talk about them again in this movie, but we never see them ever again after this movie. Like it's never mentioned / talked or even mentioned and talking or like imagine if there was a huge random Cthulhu character. Imagine if someone talks to a giant Cthulhu character. Imagine if that big bad of like one move for kick-ass movie had a Cthulhu working for Cthulhu. Then we never speak or mention about Cthulhu ever again. Like, what's the point if we're just not gonna use him much ever again after this movie? Kind of wish they actually show what the aliens' reaction to it after the post-credit scene, but maybe I think they're hinting more towards a sequel or a TV show. I'm thinking I'm leaning towards hinting a sequel or cinematic universe, and possibly TV show. Oh. So after seeing a bunch of dead bodies and everything, so he works on it, doing some hacking and finding out that that Predator Schwarzenegger that was also on the party was a robot. Yeah, okay, it wasn't specifically said until later. Anyways, we get to a chase, escape scene, get caught, and shot a tranquilizer dot, which triggers this big lip alligator moment. Yeah, like this trivia accuracy would never be talked / mentioned ever again. And then we get to Deadpool for some reason. Yeah, actual Deadpool for some. We get to Deadpool. Most of the comic book version, but he Deadpool? Like, it's kind of weird to realize. I know this is way before Ryan Reynolds' I know that this is really this movie was made back in 2013 and possibly used the models from that game. Just straight up feels weird. Like, he never talks or mentions. He somehow knows who he is for some reason. Like, it was never explained how they met or something. They just, and yeah, like the scene earlier kind of at least foreshadows a bit of his appearance. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the prison scene kind of goes back to the normal ratio. So after pretty much the shenanigans and dealing with the cops and everything, we get to also musical scene, having lots of guns, and we get to some kick-ass music and and a lot of cool action fight scenes, and mostly they've been a zombie asylum, created by Professor Von Carnage just to deal with them. And also the police are just destroyed, killing for zombies. And then we get to the House of the Dead reference, House of the Dead scene. We get to this epic escape scene with them fighting a giant zombie, whatever this creature is. I'm gonna assume something from Evolve or something. Excuse me. We see Von Carnage being traveling in the chair for some reason. And also Gmod reading the movie of this movie for some reason. So after basically straight up murdering, electrocuting Von Carnage, anyways, so we see basically Tony's assigned a 6-3 C4, but Deadpool just wanted a bigger explosion, so he puts all the box full of C4. After escaping, and somehow Francis was driving, even go back to the original Left 4 Dead design, and also getting an introduction to these two. And then we get to this old headband thing. Hey, remember this old What Is Love headband theme? Oh well. So, after Von Carnage being zombified and getting killed off this movie, and then exploding, get killed, possibly killed off this movie ended. The entire crew, for some reason, was in a motel. Well, turns out alive, and so when he comes back home, the agency just right up blew up his house. Then we get to a cool car action scene, and well, so after Sparks came back for the final act and working about basically talking about that the agent's speech Russians a private army and everything, and also trying the device that was put in his mobile. After showing a lot of an entire agents as is basically a huge army, they got a lot of weaponry ready and all. And then we see this guitar piano gun thing. I'm sorry, this is a bit of the piano part doesn't make any sense. Where, yeah, an hour into this movie and we actually see this gun. It'd been nice if they actually lead up to this. Yeah, despite being in the promos of this movie, this gun appears towards the end. So then we get to all the characters basically going to this, destroying the aspiration and preventing the bill, saving the president in the process. And I admit, this last act of this movie is kick-ass, with a lot of action and a lot of things. So yeah, let me just get to the president scene. So yeah. So after seeing the robotic president, then you get to Bobby basically revealing himself to be basically Jax, even making several Arnold Schwarzenegger, making Mortal Kombat references, and also helicopter crashing into the. Oh, because of it. Anyways, we see the president Deadpool just shooting basically heavy artillery at a lot of agents. So then we get to basically the robot getting destroyed by Bobby's his own fatality, ripping his ripping the robot brains out. So after basically defeating those two, so then we get the final fight between Tony and the president. Basically, Tony rips off the jaw of the senator, throws out of the building, and yeah, Tony and the senator survives. And Tony runs as fast as he can before the helicopter hits Senator and killing him off. So after burning the Clinton bill, he's left homeless and had his own movie be here. I'm just assuming he just took Deadpool's plot and make the movie about the events that happen in this movie. Only agreed because Deadpool. Yeah, only agreed because Deadpool kind of exists this year. Got enough money to build him a new house, actually. Yeah, and showing the poster of his own movie. of his own movie. And the movie ends showing out of his house, and oh yeah, fences about the car and everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much overall. This is a really good movie. Okay, and that is the grooviest movie. Well, my thoughts of it was kick-ass and awesome. It was filled with action, well, not much on the comedy side. It was way more in the action department and a lot of scenes and everything. Though the only complaints I have with this movie was basically the alien scene and Deadpool's random appearance out of nowhere. But hey, he did a lot of actions throughout this entire movie. And while the other characters don't really have as much screen time, like basically the other characters, but hey. Yeah, okay, yeah, and I do find the humor a bit good, but not much. But hey, overall, this is really an awesome movie. If you want to go with a kick-ass Gmod movie and really need to go for more of an action focus, then I'll give this Gmod movie a shot. You will be seeing it's groovy. Well, this kicks off basically the week of what I'll be doing. I'm trying to get at least 2 more reviews this week. By the way, I am going to get most mischievous review. And yeah, I'm gonna get more mischievous review for the entire week. So yeah, bye.